Hi guys, welcome to another beer review, and if you hear noisy bastard birds, I do apologise. Of course I say that and it goes silent, so I sound like I'm getting angry at birds like a fucking mentalist. Anyway, so yeah, today we're going over to Thornbridge, and this is a can of the Northbridge Mountain IPA. And did I say North? Did I call Thornbridge Northbridge? Thornbridge Northbridge Mountain IPA, 7.2% ABV, brewed in collaboration with North Brewing Co. out of Leeds. And our collaboration with North Brewing Co. is inspired by both West Coast bitterness and East Coast softness. This Mountain IPA takes the middle ground between the two ubiquitous IPA styles. Surprised I got that word in the one go. Then just clumsily say that next sentence, but yeah, I'll fuck off. But yeah, so a mountain IPA. I think this is. I'm not sure. I'm sure I heard somewhere that this is sort of like a kind of burgeoning style of the, as it says on the can, the coming together of an East Coast and a West Coast IPA. So I'm pretty intrigued by this. This was kindly picked up for me by the wonderful Adam from Mersey Beers, who did a bit of a Thornbridge order and asked if I wanted a few beers, so he picked me up a few beers. So yeah, really appreciate it. And you probably heard that name a shit ton recently because he's been really, sorting me out with some really good beer, and from breweries who I'd never tried before. But Thornbridge, I'm not going to lie, I've always had a bit of a sort of relationship with them. I did ask him to pick me up a can of Jaipur, because that is a beer that I'm definitely not that big of a fan of. Even when I first started, Jaipur just didn't do anything for me, and every time I've had it, I've just been unimpressed. So it's only fair that I get a can straight from the brewery. It's not been sat in the supermarket shelf in a bottle for like 6 months, and it's not like a 4-month-old can, although cans nowadays can keep beers a hell of a lot fresher than they used to. So I'm looking forward to revisiting that one. It might make me change my mind, but I'm not too sure. We shall see. But yes, some interesting beers from Thornbridge, and I've had some really good beers. They're to me, and this is it's going to sound like a backwards compliment because they've been going since 2005. To be fair, so it might not be the best sort of comment to make, but I mean it with no sort of like underlining tones or anything like that. That's not a term at all, but I think they make some really good beers for the supermarkets, like really consistent, solid beers. I mean, Grapefruit Halcyon, banging. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like I think it's the West Coast IPA. I've had some really good Thornbridge beers, but mainly from the supermarkets. So yeah, so I think they're really good staples of your weekly shop, I would say, if you're in Tesco's, of course. And what the fuck am I talking about? Let's get this beer looked at. So beer in a glass then, and yeah, it's got that sort of like nice pale yellowy orange look to it. Definitely murky. Ever so slightly has that chicken stock look to it, albeit like lemon juice. Head dissipated pretty much straight away. It probably was down to a gentle pour, but yeah, so it's looking really nice and summery. And I'm not saying that because I'm sat outside and it's sunny and a bit warm. I probably am. So on the nose, it's definitely got a savoury element to it. Oniony, garlicky, resiny. Bags full of grapefruit. It is primarily citrusy, fruity tones. There is a little bit of like a melon, pineapple character, but it's not really sweet or tropical. But yeah, it's smelling really nice actually, so let's give it a taste. Cheers all. Cheers, Adam. Ooh. Okay, so you get that East Coast and you get that West Coast. To me, it tilts more to the never eat shredded wheat, the West side. West side. Fucking, I'm so white. Because it starts off pillowy, soft, sweet, but then the bitterness rushes through on the back end. A little bit dry, medium mouthfeel. But yeah, you get like that sort of like slightly over brewed tea character on the back end. But you get a little bit of herbal tones in there. Fruit wise, it's a bit more citrusy, I would say. But yeah, that West Coast bitterness, it's not like a palate wrecker by any stretch, but it is the domineering character, so it is balanced a bit more in that direction, I would say. And I think maybe if it had a little bit more balance to it, it's definitely got more of a Thornbridge character, like classic Thornbridge IPA. But the North doesn't really come out too much, because, you know, when we think of North Brew Co, we think of like hazy, sweet juice bombs. And it kind of has like inklings of that, but it is more of a West Coast. Just maybe a little bit softer. Slight sherbety character. And you definitely get that dank, oniony, garlicky sort of caramelised flavour in there as well. I mean, it's still a damn good beer. Don't get me wrong, it's really nice, but I think it'd just be a little bit better if it was a little bit more balanced. But maybe I'm saying that because we're so used to like these really sweet, hazy, luminous juice bombs now, that we've come a little bit too familiar with them. But I think this is a really good sort of gateway back into those West Coast styles, which is a really hard style to nail nowadays, it would seem. A lot of them just miss the mark and don't really taste like a West Coast, just taste like a general sort of like IPA from like 2014 or something, do you know what I mean? What a fucking stupid thing to say. So I know a lot in this video, I do apologise. But yeah, so in terms of a rating, I'd definitely drink it again. I'd say it's a 7 out of 10. Just about at that threshold where I'd go out and get another can. Really happy to try it. I've got some interesting collaborations between Thornbridge and other breweries in the order as well, so I'm looking forward to those. And yeah, it's just a really solidly brewed beer, but maybe just a tad bit unbalanced. So in terms of a rating then, as I said, 7 out of 10. Go check out Thornbridge and North. I'll put both of their web shops down below, as well as their social media platforms and websites. Go check out Adam from Mersey Beers, Nearly Said Harry then, on Untapped and on YouTube. And yeah, highly recommended. I think this might be one of those beers that is available in supermarkets. I can't remember. Probably not. So disregard that. Anyway, yeah, massive thank you, Adam, for this. It's an enjoyable little drop, sat in the garden, so I'm going to enjoy it. Clumsy. Anyway, cheers for watching, guys. If you tried it, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, and I shall hopefully see you all later. I keep winking at the end of videos and it's weird.